Welcome to the Butterfly Effect. Today is Tirreno Adriatico Stage 6. Yesterday was an exciting Stage 5, rain, cold, miserable weather. And today's stage, the announcers will talk a little bit about yesterday's stage and just whether or not if the riders were prepared for yesterday's stage when the cold weather came. Guys, all of the pro riders keep a rain bag in the team car that's following the race. They usually have two team cars, actually, Team Car 1 and Team Car 2. Team Car 2 will follow the breakaway riders or the riders dropped in the gruppetto. Team 1 will always stay with the race leader or the most important riders on the team at that moment. Both cars have rain bags and are prepared for this kind of day of what we saw on yesterday's Stage 5 where the rain starts coming. About the only difference would be if it's already raining on the riders, you would start with your rain equipment on, maybe a little bit less PSI in the tires for some crazy turns coming up because it gets really slippery here in Italy, so you might drop the PSI a little bit on yesterday's stage. But all the riders should be prepared if they're professional and if their teams are ready. I always had my rain bag in the car following both cars for that matter. And if you guys want to know what's in those rain bags, you can go down to Horner's Corner on the channel there. There's a special on the rain bags, and you can see also there's another video clip there of what it's like to be back at the car during those crazy moments that I did. So if you want a little more content about yesterday's race, check that out on Horner's Corner, and there's two good videos there that'll help you out and educate you on what's going on in these big pro races on these nasty rainy stages. Now today's day, this is why I like Tirreno Adriatico, guys. It could rain like that yesterday, be miserable and cold, and then it could be nice and sunny the next day. That doesn't happen when you're over doing Paris-Nice or you're up in Belgium. Switzerland could be difficult, but when you start going Spain and Italy and stuff, you could have a bad day like yesterday, and it could be warm and nice like it is today. So today's stage, 6 guys get away. 2 of my favorite guys are in there. Jan Bakelans, he's riding for the Warranty Group team. He was teammates with me when I was with Radio Shack. Great guy and has massive power on the pedals all day long. Now, Nelson Oliveira, he rode with me also and did with Radio Shack and did with Lamprey with me on my last year in 2014. Him and I during the Tour de France when we were racing up in England, I got crashed and knocked off my bike because of the crowds were so big on the climbs. And he and I did a 50K chase. So that I know for sure, firsthand sitting on those 2 guys' wheels, those guys can ride the bike and they can pedal all day long. What's going to make this break stick really is 6 strong guys. The conditions are perfect. So there's not strong crosswinds. It's not rainy. It's not miserable. It's easy for the 6 guys to ride 105 miles. That's what the stage is today. So they can ride hard. Also, what makes this really work is yesterday's miserable stage and all the hard days before. But yesterday's stage really tired out the legs on a lot of the domestique riders. These guys that are in the break, though, now, these are hardcore guys that can pedal hard every day. So they're up there really working well together, and they get a 6-minute gap. You see them, they're working smooth all together. Back in the group, there's a nasty crash there with EF Education rider Simon Carr. Now, he was riding good on GC at different points in times at this Tirreno Adriatico. Now he's at the back of the group. The group is kind of bending a little bit to the left as the road's going left, but they started on the right, and that pulls the back end of the field across the center island there, and Simon Carr launches when he hits one of the plastic pylons into the sign and just spins the bike around in circles. It looks like a nasty crash, guys. Luckily for him, the sign that he hit, instead of hitting it dead center, he hit it kind of on the edge. That sign moves, reduces a little bit of the impact, and then when he hits the ground, that speed that he carries when you slide, you really at speed, as long as everything you're hitting and you're sliding through and everything's kind of moving and getting rid of some of that speed but not stopping you instantly, that's what saves riders from getting hurt. Okay, it was a nasty looking crash. I thought for sure he'd be hurt after I saw him hit the sign there, but that sign moved and just really helped reduce everything. was crazy how he stayed locked into the bike, though his feet never came out of the pedals. They even had to basically unstrap his feet from his shoes and then pull his shoes out of the pedals later in order to get him back up on his bike and riding. It was amazing to see that he was able to continue on today's stage. But speed crashes sometimes are a lot better than when you just go straight into the ground. Anytime the straight impact into the ground or you're hitting a fixed object that won't move, that's really when you get hurt. Now let's get up to the breakaway, because with 2 laps to go on the circuit, the field still has them within sight. We've seen a lot of different teams chasing today. Team Emirates did a good job on the front today. DeKunik Quickstep always had guys on the front today. And of course, there was the Direct Energy team on the front chasing today also. Those guys did a great job. With two laps to go, though, and about 20 kilometers to go, the field is no longer interested. They just finally sat up. And this is because of yesterday's stage. Everybody is tired from yesterday's stage. They don't want to chase 6 strong guys in the front move. And very, very important to remember, a lot of these guys at Tirreno Adriatico, they're on their way to Milan-San Remo that starts this weekend. So there's not a lot of rest days in between. That really affects what these classic guys are interested in doing on today's stage too. So it would have taken a big effort from a lot of riders that are all getting ready to do Milan-San Remo and all had an epically hard stage on day 5 of Tirreno Adriatico. Now they're ready. They want to sprint, but they don't really want to put in that kind of effort with such big objectives coming up in a few days at Milan-San Remo. So the group of 6, they start the last lap. There's a bit of a short, steep, hard little climb there, and that's when they lose the pure sprinter in that group, Emils Liepins from Trek Segafredo. He gets dropped. You see him back there in the picture. He's really struggling hard to come back to the group of 5, but they're just not going to let him go because that group of 5 just continues to work smoothly. In my opinion, I was really at odds. I didn't see the reason for guys to really work smooth at this moment. Mads Schmidt up there, he's got some speed too. You just don't want to come to the line with 5 guys if you're not a sprinter. I know Jans Bakelens is not really a fast sprinter. Nelson Olivier is definitely not very fast either. And so for me, I thought they should have been attacking each other, but they're going to ride in all the way from the time they dropped Liepins all the way into the finish. With 1,300 meters to go, the Movistar rider, my friend Nelson Olivier, he's on the front, and he's going to ride the front all the way through the left-right chicane and basically to 200 meters to go. So he did from about 1,300 meters all the way to 200 meters to go. Wasn't the smartest if you want to win the sprint, but he does it anyways. Mads Schmidt, he does a great job, big acceleration, drives it all the way to the line and wins today's stage. This is a hard stage to win after so many repetitive hard days before today's stage even started. He was in the break. You might be familiar with him because he was in the break on the summit finish a couple stages back, and he was the solo rider left before the favorites caught him going up the climb with a 5K to go or so. So he deserves this win. It was a beautiful job from him to go ahead and pull that out. Mads, congratulations. You get the butterfly effect win today because, man, all the effort you did getting in the early breaks throughout Tirreno Adriatico and the effort today, patrolling the final 5 guys, you did a great job there. And, of course, in the sprint, you were incredible. Congratulations on a beautiful win. I'll see you guys real soon on the butterfly effect. Make sure you like and subscribe. And remember, there's great content in Chris Horner's Corner on the channel if you're interested to know what yesterday's chaos stage was really like.